Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing on today? I am super duper excited because guess what, guys? I get to hang out. You get to hang out with the one, the only Deborah Clack on today, guys. And let me just tell you, she has a new one that's hot off the press. It is called Even After This. Let me tell you, if you have not done so already, like, tag, and share. Tell a friend to tell a friend to come on down to the cafe because we're hanging out with Deborah Clack on today. And in just a bit, guys, she's going to introduce herself. Let me just tell you, grab your favorite warm beverage, pull up a seat, tell a friend to tell a friend, because we're getting ready to talk all things even after this. Deborah, my friend, please introduce yourself to the people.
Great. I'm so happy to be here. Really excited to be here. My name is Deborah Clack, and I write contemporary romance. And the Even After This released last week. So I feel like I'm in the buzz of all the things, the fun things.
Yes, yes. And Deborah, as I said, it's hot off the press. Oh my goodness. Yes, yes.
Very
Guys,
fun.
we're super excited. And so, Deborah, this story, oh my goodness, it seems like, even with reading the behind the scenes and reading your author notes or what have you, this is a story that, if I'm not mistaken, was it like 13 years in the
hmm
making,
hmm
or what have you, too? But before we get into a little bit of the story, tell us a little bit about that and the process and the journey to even bringing us even after this.
Yes. So I used to call myself a professionally unpublished author because it just
Oh,
felt like it took forever to get any traction in the publishing world. But I wrote this story not thinking that it would be published. I wrote it just for myself, and I wrote for about 3 years without telling anybody. And then I kind of looked up and I was like, I think I'm doing this. And so I kind of learned the craft, and over time, got in critique groups and went to conferences and did all of that. But this particular book, it's the first of 3 books, and this series has sat in rejection for about 10 years now, or prior. And
wow.
so it was quite the journey to try to um just find the right home for it. And so once, I will tell you, I just once my the editor who I have now, when she read it, she was so just over the top excited about it that I was like, that's what we've been waiting for, is the person who just saw the story and understood it and, gave it the space that it could. So it's been really fun. It's been fast and furious ever since then, but wow, it was a long time coming.
Wow. And guys, let me just tell you, this story indeed is a story that is all the feels as well. But before we get into it, let's talk about this title, Deborah. Even after this. Okay, you have to spill some
Yeah.
tea. Was this your
Yes.
original working title or it
No,
came a little later?
no, listen. No one needs me titling a book. No one. I'm
Oh,
terrible at it. I'm so terrible at it. So like at one point, this I named this book like Finding the Dawn, and I kind of sat in that for a while, and I was like, that just kind of falls a little flat. And then I was like, ooh, Love's Dawn. And literally I would have people who were like, no, listen, stop titling this book. And it literally, when I worked with my editor on filling out, it's called a title position questionnaire. And
uh-huh.
you tell them all the things so that they know how to title the book. And I told my editor my ideas, and she goes, okay, don't put that down. She goes, just put, I don't have any creative ideas. And I just died laughing. I was like, nobody wants me
Too
naming this
funny,
sucker.
Deborah.
Like, that's not, no one's going to sell those books. So when the committee came up with Even After This, it took my breath away because I feel like it's so universal and so like each one of us, right? We have a time in our life, maybe multiple times in our life, where we just have to dig deep and make a fist and say, even after this. And so I just thought it was so beautiful for the story, but I love that it's so universal for everybody, and gives hope, because we can all sit in that even after this phase and know there's something else coming. I will make it even after this. And so I love the title. They knocked it out of the park. I can take no
Yeah.
credit.
Well, please know, Deborah, that again, reading the title, the blurb, the cover, I was like, count me in for this story. And guys, if you're just joining us, I'm super excited because we get to hang out with Deborah Clack on today, guys. It is hot off the press. Her new release is called Even After This. And I'll spill a little bit of tea. I don't know if it's a lot of tea, but Deborah, this book is book one in a
Mhm.
series, right? Tell us
Yes.
about
Yes,
that.
super fun. Okay, it's called the Shelter and Sky series, and it's really in the background scene is the development of this halfway house for women who have aged out of the foster care system but still need a little support. So you're going to watch this develop, and you're going to watch the women who are running this house and volunteering at this house. Um, and each of them get their own book. So the first one's Meredith, who comes up with the concept of the house, who we love, and then we have Penelope is book two, and Penelope was Harlan's assistant in book one. So hopefully you finish book one and you're like, what happened to Penelope? And she gets her own story, and it's
Yes.
I cannot wait. That comes in October. And then book three comes in the following April. So April of 27. So you're going to get them. I laughed. I was like, I think I'm releasing 3 books over 14 months. Let's see how that goes. So,
Let me tell you, you have spilled the tea, and I am
yeah.
super duper excited about that because I knew that it was a series, but I didn't know when all the books were coming. So now you've shared with us when all of the books are coming. So I'm
Yes.
looking forward to reading book two and book three in this series
Thank
as
you.
well. Guys, if you're just joining us, we're hanging out with Deborah Clack on today. Hot off the press is her new book and new series that is called Even After This. Now, okay, Deborah, we have to talk about the cover a little bit. And I don't know if you
Yeah.
have your copy with you, Deborah.
I just
What
happen to
was
have it.
you just have to have a copy of Even After This? Guys, take a look at that cover. Deborah, what was that like for you when you saw your final copy of the cover?
I mean, tears. I mean, it's so long in the making, right? And so you kind of don't know what to expect, and you hear these whisperings and see these like, maybe we should do this, maybe we should do that, and then they showed the cover, and I love I mean, the cover's amazing because it's
Mhm.
Garden of the Gods, which is in Colorado Springs, which is where most of the book is set. And
Uh-huh.
Harlan and Meredith take a beautiful walk through the Garden of the Gods and in the book. And so I thought it was so stunning. I just thought it was so striking. But I love that it also showed the depth. There's some shadows in there, and there's a path, and I just feel like it just showed a lot of depth to the cover. But then the font is my favorite part. I know that sounds funny, but because the cover's beautiful, I love everything about it, but the font has these wisps that come off of it, and I just feel like it's this beautiful piece of life of like, we're not perfect, and there are these pieces that come off, and it gets filled in, and I don't know, I
Wow.
just loved it.
Deborah, and I often tell individuals when I'm talking about covers, I was like, listen, the attention is in the details. The
Yeah.
attention is in the details. Thank you so much for sharing a little bit about the cover for Even After This. Now, we're going to dig in a little deeper, okay? So, Deborah, I want to know, and I know that, our guests that are watching, they want to know, what was it for you, Deborah, that was like that first spark that inspired Even After This? I mean, was it a character? Was it a moment? Was there an emotional question to say, like Deborah, I have to write this story and I have
Yeah.
to write it now in this season?
Yes. So originally, I was not a writer for a long time. I was a teacher. And so, but I had these stories in my head, and I just assumed that everybody viewed life through stories in their head. Like, I go to the grocery store and that person's going to fall in love. Like, like that's the way my brain works. So I told my husband once, we were newlyweds, no kids, on our own. And he said, I'm going to die someday, and you're going to take the life insurance money and you're going to go to Colorado Springs and hang out at the Broadmoor Hotel because that's your favorite place. Like, and so
Uh-huh.
we joked about it, like just total joking about it. But then I had really significant loss. I know this is a little bit of a down here, but we're gonna come on back up. But I had really significant loss. I had lost my mom over a short period of time to a very short cancer journey, and then we had some dear family friends that died in a car wreck on the way to her funeral, and it was a mom and her two young girls, and so that was just a massive amount of grief. And I didn't know how to process it. And I knew I wasn't going to be able to like process it all at once. And so it took years to unpack. But what happened? So as I thought about this story, I thought, oh, that's how I get a widow to Colorado Springs. And then I just had things to say about grief at the time. And so remember in the beginning, I wasn't writing for anybody else. It was really for myself.
Right.
And so I just
Mhm.
kind of poured out this story, and I was kind of working through these pieces of grief. But at the same time, I also there's so much hope. I was finding hope in the middle of it too, and finding the way I process life is just the muddy, beautiful, messy, it's all at the same time. You can be grieving and you can find laughter and you can learn to breathe again and you can redefine things. And so for me, that's how the book started. And then when I realized,
Mhm.
like, oh gosh, I think this story, I think I could really sharpen this story and maybe have readers enjoy it as well. Then it went through a critique group process that was, I mean, they were amazing, but wow, a lot of red ink. So
Mhm.
so they helped me, right? They helped me with the cadence of the story and the,
Yeah.
the balance and all of that. So that's kind of how it came about. And when I kind of looked up and I thought, you know what? I would like to, I know it's so not mainstream to say, I wrote a romance about grief. No one, that doesn't sell. That does not sell. But
Right.
we've got somebody who's learning to live again and reframing her life. Well, we've all had to reframe our life. We've all
Yeah.
grieved
Yeah.
something, right?
Yeah.
And so I
Yeah.
just kind of wanted to give it a voice and speak
Wow.
openly about it.
It's almost like the book started out as a caterpillar, but look at the beautiful
Yeah.
butterfly that it bloomed and blossomed to be,
Thank
as
you.
well. Guys, again, this is a story of all the feels. There are some heavy moments in there,
Mhm.
but Deborah, you do an
Mhm.
amazing job giving us that balance. Y'all, there is some laugh out loud moments as well. Meredith, let me just tell you one of the things that I enjoyed, the meet cutes. I am a meet cute girly. Oh my goodness. And not only that, I mean, she meets this famous person, Harlan Holcomb, as well. But let's talk a little bit about, we're gonna bring it up in just a bit, but I want to talk a little bit about Meredith's grief. And
Mhm.
because her grief grows through different phases. I
Mhm.
mean, there's moments where her grief is tender. There's moments where her grief is awkward. There's
Mhm.
moments inside of her grief where she's deeply human.
Yeah.
There are moments in her grief where she's just like in it.
Yes.
But for you, what do you want readers to understand about the way that grief can actually reshape our world?
Yeah. Yeah. I think for me, when I was writing it, it was really important to give each moment of grief space to breathe. And I think
Ooh.
sometimes in our world we don't breathe enough, like because it's uncomfortable feelings, right? Like we have lost something where, the five stages of grief, so, grief of like, anger and sadness and denial and bargaining and acceptance. You've got all those. Well, that's not linear. That's you go back and forth and back and forth and forward and back and forth, and you may make it around to here, and but you're going to come back over here because something, reminded you or what. I mean, so I just wanted to let the book be a safe space to consider,
Mm.
like, you know what? This is what grief can look like sometimes, and it's okay. It's okay. And so breathe through that moment. And then this is what grief looks like here. I mean, I lost my mom. It'll be 20 years this year. And I was just thinking the other day, like, it's not something. I think we always think like it's got to have an end date. We're going to get over it. We're going to
Mm.
move on. And that's not
Mhm.
it. I
No.
miss her like on release day. I missed her deeply, right? I can still honor her and celebrate her, but I'm gonna have a moment where like I tear up at the grocery store, and that's
Mm,
okay. And so whether it be those pieces of grief or like I mean, Meredith has like an anger, like she's just angry, and you let
mm,
that have space, and then she breathes and moves on. So I was just trying to make it, I wanted the story to be a safe space for somebody maybe who doesn't understand the piece of grief they're in,
mhm,
and it gave them room for tears, or it gave them like a
mhm.
sentence that they could cling to, or that
Yeah.
kind of a thing. And if that's not where you are in life, that's okay too. I think the book
Mhm.
will flow for you, and you'll find it, whatever you end up finding from the story. But as far as
Yeah.
grief is concerned, that was my passion while I was writing the story, of like, let's let that unfold, but then also balance it too with there's organic humor that can happen,
Yes,
and hope, right? Like going to the Apple store, like she's so
Deborah,
awkward.
that scene was hilarious. Guys, it was supposed to be a simple trip to the Apple Store, just a simple trip to the
Yes.
store with your phone, you know. So I love that. But before, because I want you to talk about that scene a little bit too. But before we talk about that, Deborah, we have to talk about this meet cutely. We have to talk about the meet cutes. Oh my goodness. For you, what was that like bringing that to life for us? Because I was so
The
here for all of it.
Yeah, it was the most fun on the planet. It was really fun to write. I was trying to picture, like, so Meredith comes by this honestly. I'm super awkward around famous people. Like, I become not coherent, like cannot function. It's not okay the way that I can't. And so I was trying to really channel that. And then I thought it was just so hilarious because he's like not just famous, he's more than famous. And so, she's like, what is, like but then I love the humanity of the dance, right? Like, he's terrible. And
Y'all, he was
you
not
kind
a
of
good
look.
dancer.
No, he's not. And you kind of, I loved that. Like, make him human and make him be like, no, we're fine. And, they're slamming into people. So I just loved the way that, like, all of it was like awkward and endearing, but you also got to see little pieces of their stories, little
Yeah.
pieces where you're like, ooh, what was that? And so but she got to breathe and go, this is my big baby step tonight, and it's gonna be awkward, And
But
so
I can do
it
this.
was
I
so
can make
fun.
it through this dinner. Yes.
Yes, I can do this. I can do this. I can wear this dress and these stupid shoes that are so uncomfortable, and that whole thing. And then it was really fun to write, and I love the meet cute. I am with you. I will read every meet cute that's out there. They're just so fun. It's so fun.
Love it. I love it. Guys, if you're just joining us, we are hanging out with the Deborah Clack, has hot off the press. Her new release is called Even After This. We will actually be sharing with you how you can get your hands on a copy of it. It's available in ebook, it's available in print as well. And so let's talk about the characters a little bit. Of course, guys, you share Meredith is one of the main characters. She's the heroine in this. We have Harlan Holcomb. Guys, he's this a celebrity that's larger than life, and he is the hero in this story. But we have other characters like Penelope, and look, and the daughter is it Ashley, if I'm not
Alex.
mistaken.
Alex,
Alex,
yeah.
oh my goodness, she was so adorable. How could you not fall
Yes.
in love with her as well? But when you think about all of the characters, oh my goodness, her sister. I'm just thinking of like all the characters going through my head. When you think about the characters that make up Even After This, okay, Deborah, I want you to spill a little tea for us now.
Yep.
Is there a character that was exciting and borderline fun to write? But on the flip side, is there a character that was just a little more complex to flex out? So again, it's kind of like a two-part story, and
Yeah.
you can go from whichever end or start from whichever end you want to.
Yeah. So, I had a lot of fun writing. I had a lot of fun. Well, okay. Molly's the hard one. It's the sister, right? She's hard to
Really?
write because I was like, how do you just show how annoying and overbearing and too much in Meredith's space is she, but also make it sympathetic so that a reader starts to understand she has a story too. And so, how do I make her likable and sympathetic, but also like just so codependent and unhealthy in her relationship with Meredith? And so there was kind of a balance with with her that I was trying to figure out how not to totally make her the villain, because she's not really the villain, but wow, she's a trouble,
Because
right?
Deborah, let me just be honest with you. There was a moment that Molly had me talking to the pages.
Yeah.
My Me and Molly was having a conversation. I was like, really, Molly, really? I mean, I was literally having a bona fide conversation with Molly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I agree.
Look, I became protective over Meredith. Okay.
Yeah.
I became like, really, Molly?
Yes, absolutely. And it was really funny too because she's the older sister. I just need to tell y'all she's not watching. I don't know where she's not watching. We're just going to assume she'll never see this. My older sister was like, "Who is this character based on?" And I was like, "Oh, my imagination." Now, my sister, it's like my sister's not that overbearing or codependent, but I just was like, that big sister, the part where the big sister thinks they know everything. And I just was like, and so I was like, it was just truly my imagination that came up with Molly's character. So she don't tell. But she was fun to write, but she was also annoying because I had to figure out how do you unravel her in a way so that you see, there's a line in there where Molly says, "Meredith, you
Yeah.
got the help you needed and I didn't." And I was like, okay, that
Wow.
helps, helps
Yeah.
that breathe
Yeah.
a little bit. So,
Yeah.
she was challenging. You know who's really fun to write, and she's not in there a whole lot, but is Claire, who is Meredith's best friend. Now, yeah, she's the friend who gives you freedom, right? Like, she's the one who's like, we have an understanding here. I'm going to tell you to go for it on all counts, no matter what you're doing. So she's really fun. And then here's a little tidbit for you, little tea. Her story is swirling in my head. It is not, it is
Really?
I wrote a version of her story. It's terribly written. So we're going to have to go back and redo that. But I hope it's not in this series, but I hope that Claire makes it to the book stand someday.
Deborah, I'll take it. It's promising. I will take it. I will take it. And I'm so here for Claire's story
Thank you.
as well. Now, I love the family dynamics. Oh, her parents. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. The mom is, oh my goodness, you have to love her. You have to love
She's
her.
hilarious.
Deborah, can I post it on
Yes. Yes.
Facebook?
Yes, they're outrageous. I love the family dynamic. I think I love an ensemble cast, and you get to see, like, for both of them really, you get to see where they came
Yes.
from and who they are and why they are who they are. And then with Meredith's family, you kind of understand, like, they're hilarious, first of all, not without meaning to, like, they're just themselves, but it's hilarious, right? The Thanksgiving Day scene, like, I mean, when he shows up at Thanksgiving and no one sees it coming, like, just imagine what
Right.
that would do to a family. My head would explode. So, so I love that dynamic of the ensemble, but then I also love what happens when all the personalities kind of fire off at the same time too, right? Like, that's a
Yes.
Thanksgiving Day table for you. And so,
Yes.
when Meredith's mom says to Harlan, she's like, listen, if you can handle us crying in our mashed potatoes, we'd love for you to stay. So, I love that part of it. I love scenes where you've set up the book and your reader knows the characters, and then you throw everybody in the scene and watch the fireworks go off, because everyone's being themselves. And so it's my favorite.
And Deborah, I love that you mentioned that because again, you write it so beautifully. It was so beautifully done
Thank you.
that you can literally visualize it. Okay, I mean, I could definitely see this on the big screen. You can literally
Thank
visualize
you.
what's going on. And again, like you said, I love the family dynamics of both of their families because
Yeah.
you get to see, when they're in Texas and when they're in Colorado, you're able to see both sides of their family. So I love that as well for this particular book, guys. As I said, it is a book that is all the feels. There are moments where you may need your tissue, but then there are
Yep.
moments where you are cracking up laughing.
Yeah.
There are moments that are pulling your heartstrings. There are moments where you're like, I can't believe this just happened, or I can't believe she just said that, or I can't believe she just that, or what have you. You have teens in here too, so I love
Yeah.
you writing the teens. Of course, you have Alex. Tell us a little bit about Alex's character.
I just wanted her to be super, just pure, just I needed her to be safe for Meredith, right? Because Meredith's gonna enter in right into like,
Mm.
oh, you have a child and I'm dealing with my loss. And so, I wanted that to be a safe space for Meredith, but I also just wanted her, I just fell in love with her when I wrote her. Like she's just Alex and she doesn't know the complicated things that are happening around her. She's just, beautiful and part of this story and I really got to enjoy Alex when I got to write the epilogue too, because and that was not written until the very end. Like that had not existed for 10
Really?
years. Yeah. My editor came back
Deborah,
and said, I'm gonna need an
I
epilogue.
love the epilogue.
Yeah.
I love the epilogue. Oh my god. You see, I'm just like, oh, I love the epilogue. Oh, yes,
It's so
yes.
fun to see them all afterwards. It's so fun.
It is as well. No, guys, Deborah is getting ready to share with us just a little bit of Even After This. I know you're on the edge of your seat and you're ready to hear just a snippet of Even After This. So, Deborah, I'm going to allow you to set the scene, set the stage for us, and you can start when you are ready.
Okay, so our meet cute. So Meredith and Harlan have seen each other and interacted just a little bit, but she doesn't understand who she is. And so she had a botched dinner reservation. Harlan invited her to join the group. She goes and she's on this table on the side, but she doesn't quite understand what's happening. She doesn't quite recognize him yet. So here we go. I'm sorry, I tilt my head. I didn't catch your name. He studies me for a beat, and his grin shifts into a blinding smile. I'm Harlan Holcomb. Oh, no. I cover my face with my hands and start rocking back and forth, shaking my head. Invisibility seems impossible at this point. Can I will myself into spontaneous combustion? No, no, no. You're going to be fine. His playful tone belies the seriousness of the situation. I rub my temples. You're Hercules. No, I'm not. His words break through a chuckle. Yes, you are. I snap my head up. I saw it. Hyperventilating is a real threat at this moment. Of course, he looked familiar. Harlan Holcomb, the Hercules of Hollywood's silver screen, which is bad enough. But he's also Harlan Holcomb, the Hercules of hometown heroes. 2 weeks ago, he saved a teenage girl from drowning in a river. A bystander posted the event on YouTube and it went viral within 2 hours. His celebrity status took on a superpower of its own and skyrocketed through social media bizarro world and straight to planet infamy. My teeny bopper niece wore her Vote for Hercules shirt the last time we were together. I've done my best to avoid Harlan's rescue video, but it's impossible to go to the grocery store without seeing this man's face plastered across the magazine aisle. I place my elbows on the table and rest my forehead on my fingertips. My brow is sweating. Is 36 too young to get the vapors? He puts his weight on his hands and leans into the table. Are you okay? Cringing, I look at him and whisper, I'm not allowed to talk to famous people.
I absolutely love it, guys. If you're just joining us, and Deborah Clack just shared with us just a little snippet of even after this, guys. Let me just tell you that meet cute is the meet cute of meet cutes as well. And we'll be sharing with you in just a bit how you can get your hands on a copy of Even After This. Now, okay, so Deborah, I'm going to say three words, and I want for you to share with us what's the first thing that comes to your mind. So, first up is hopeful, courageous, restorative. What comes to mind?
Women. I just
Okay.
think I don't know. That was just the first, like I was just thinking of Meredith's story and just the resiliency that she has, and the women that I know who all have their stories that maybe not they don't have the same, they don't have the same pieces that are that their stories aren't the exact same, but they have
Mhm.
um the same pieces in their heart that push them forward. And
Mhm.
so I don't know, I had these pictures of people that I knew when you said those words.
Wow. Okay. Next three: broken, mending, becoming. Broken, mending, becoming.
Everyone.
Ooh. Wow.
So
Ooh. Okay.
I just mean, like, I think we're all a work in progress. I think we're all
Mhm.
I just think, life has these pieces that it throws at us, and then we all are on the mend from something usually, right? Like that's just life. And we're not always broken. I don't mean like that almost sounds depressing.
Mhm.
Everybody, we're all broken. That's not what I mean. What I mean is like it's universal, struggle's universal. And so sometimes I can beat myself up for the struggle. And so I have to look up and go, work in progress, there's grace and there's
Mm.
hope and love. And so I don't know, I found hope in those words, but I was thinking it's universal. We're all a
Mm.
work in progress.
I love that. I love that. Now, Deborah, we're going to do a little rapid fire. And so I'm going to give you a phrase or I'll give you some type of prompt, and then you tell me what's the first thing that comes to mind. So, Deborah, a line in the book that surprised even you.
Oh, that's not what I thought you were going to ask. Hang on. Okay. Okay. Falling asleep wearing Spanx was not one of my better ideas. I just was
Goodness.
writing and I was like, how do you open, the second chapter? Like you have this great meet cute that's so fun. And I was like, okay, think about her. She fell asleep in her clothes. And I was like, oh, hang on. Anybody that's fallen
Yeah.
asleep in Spanx knows that is a no-go. So, but I didn't, I just was kind of like, all right, set the scene. And then I just wrote that line out and went, that's hilarious.
Wow.
I know that's
Wow.
not one of the more poignant moments that we're looking for here, but
Spilling the tea and giving us behind the scene. I love it. I love it. Okay. This is a good one. Meredith in one word.
resilience.
Okay. Okay. Harlan in one word.
Oh, swoony.
I
That makes it sound like he's a flake and he's not. But that's the first one that came to mind. I think if I had to do a second word, I would put patient.
patient. Oh yeah, I can see him as patient as well. Yes, but swoony, yes, swoony is
Swoony.
top. For the swoon, we are here for the swoon.
Yes, yes.
Okay, we're gonna play a round of this or that, my friend. But I promise you, there's no right or wrong answer because it is all things according to Deborah Clack. Are you
Okay.
ready, my friend?
I'm ready.
Okay, now this is the twist to it though. It is this or that, even after this edition.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, quiet Texas mornings or crisp Colorado sunrises.
Oh, crisp Colorado sunrises. Hands
Okay.
down.
Staying hidden or stepping into possibilities. Staying hidden or stepping into possibilities.
What it depends on the moment, Angela. I mean, today I wanted to stay wouldn't, but you
I
know what?
love
Tonight
you.
I'm stepping into a possibility.
I
It's
love it.
a
I love
moment.
it. Okay, this is another one. Comfort zone or courageous leap. But how would Harlan answer that? Comfort zone or courageous leap?
Oh, courageous leap.
Okay.
He's gonna
Okay.
leap. Now, the leap may be being patient. It's not, it doesn't have to be like a gregarious leap into something.
Uh-huh.
But he will leap with his heart and leap with his understanding and leap with his um just patience, just his ability to be comfortable in his own skin with wherever the situation is and calmly fight for it. So I think he's leaping when he does that is my thought. I feel like I'm answering these wrong and I wrote
No,
the book.
no, I love it. I love it. And we're getting tea. Okay, now this is the last one, but I want you to tell us how Meredith would answer it and how Harlan would answer it. First
Okay.
up, you ready?
Uh,
Let's do Meredith first.
Okay.
Scripted lines or unscripted moments? Meredith.
Unscripted moments. Like she just God love her. She wants to have scripted things and she can't pull it off. She just can't.
Guys, let me tell you, if you know, you know, okay? You got to
Yeah.
read the book. You got to read the book. Okay, on the flip side, how would Harlan answer it? Scripted lines or unscripted moments?
Okay. He'd do unscripted moment, but for a different reason than Meredith. He
Yes.
would do, you know, he would do it because that's what the moment calls for and he can
Hey,
adjust and, is it swoony? Is it understanding? Is it, I think he adjusts really well, I think. And I think he did well. Set a spoiler. Not doing it. Not doing it. Sorry.
guys,
A little too much
tell
tea
you.
there, Angela. Too much tea.
You gotta read the book. Meredith, the time goes by so fast. I've had an
Yeah.
amazing time hanging out with you, my
Yes,
friend.
you as well.
On today, guys, there is a giveaway. Her publishers they are sponsoring a copy of Even After This, and of course, to be in the running for the giveaway on tonight, all you had to do was to comment throughout the broadcast on today. And again, I am going to get Deborah to help me. Deborah, I'm going to go up and down the comment section. You, my friend, will tell me when to stop, and that person will be the winner of a copy of Even After This. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. And I am ready when you are.
Okay, go.
Okay.
Stop.
And whenever you tell me to stop. Okay.
Stop.
Let's see. Should be Myra Cook, my
Myra
friend. You
Cook.
are the winner of a
Hello,
copy
Myra.
of Even After This. If you will inbox me your information, I will send Deborah and her publishers your information, and they will get you out a copy of Even After This as well. Deborah, oh my goodness, my friend, it has been amazing hanging out with you on tonight, talking about your latest release, Even After This. And I do want to ask you this question that I see in the comment section. This is from author A.K. Parker. She wanted to know, is that a writing board behind you?
It is. It is. It's the glamorous writing board. It was the best background. I don't know if you can see the walls aren't the greatest color. So I was like, let's put the writing board. But yes. So I have back here, I have actually 3 books sitting back here. 2 are filled out, and then the one at the bottom is like the structure of one that's like in my head, but not really floating. So I'm very visual, and so I just want to see like what I have to see. That both of those books are very timeline oriented, and so I wanted to be able to see it so that I knew where I was going. I usually don't. Those I have a poster for every book, but they don't all look that way, if that makes sense.
Wow. And she also said that she loved the title of the book as well, even after
Oh,
this.
thank
So
you.
thank
Very
you so
fun.
much. Again, even with her seeing your writing board, we got a little bit of tea of your
We
behind the
did.
scene writing process as well. I love it. I love it. Well, Deborah, it has been a pleasure hanging out with you on today.
Yes.
It's
So
talking
fun.
about even after this. And of course, Deborah, you have to share with us how can we get our hands on a copy of even after this?
Yes. So all the usual suspects. So you've got it's on Amazon and Barnes and Noble and bakerbookhouse.com. And if you want a personalized copy, the Plot Twist Book Bar, you can order there and I'll personalize it for you. And so all kinds of options.
I love that. I love that, guys. And there you have it. It gets you a copy of Even After This. And of course, guys, after you read it, leave a review. I know that my friend Deborah Clack would be so appreciative of you guys leaving a review as well. If you see it out at a bookstore, take a picture, show us, tell a friend to tell a friend, tag Deborah. I know she will enjoy seeing that as well. And of course, Deborah, you have to share with us, how can we stay connected with you?
Yes, I would love that so much. So if you go to deborahclack.com, and sign up for my newsletter, that's the best place to find me. And you will get a free novella. That the opening scene, speaking of meet cutes, may or may not be based on my most embarrassing moment. So
Oh,
go ahead and grab that because it was a super fun book to write. But that's the best place, and I'll give you the inside scoop on my newsletters, and we do some giveaways and fun little questionnaires, so I love the newsletter community. Otherwise, Instagram at Deborah_Clack. You can hang out there with me as well, and I'll post some videos on there. So
I love it. I love it. Well, Deborah, congratulations. Happy new release, all of that good stuff for Even After This. And we're super duper excited, guys, because this is book one in the Shelter in Sky series. So there is a book two that's coming, and it's Penelope's story as well. So we are ready for that as well. And of course, if you stay tuned and if you follow Deborah Clack, I'm sure she will keep us posted on book two of this book in the series that will be coming out in October of this year. And of course, Deborah, we have to allow you, my friend, the last words of what you want to say to the people this evening.
Oh gosh, this was a joy. I just am so glad to be here and thankful to anybody that showed up tonight because sometimes life gets real busy, and so I just wherever you are in life, if you're in an even after this moment, I am just sending you love and telling you that it's okay, and love to love to just, I don't know what, connect. And it's just fun to be here. Angela, thank you so much. This was really the most fun. And
Oh,
it was really a gift to me today. So thank you.
wow. Well, I love it. It's been a pleasure hanging out with you on today. Thank you for joining us at the cafe, guys. And that is our show on today. Get you a copy of Even After This. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Buddy, read it with someone. Book clubs. It's a great book for book clubs to read. There is lots of things to talk about. There's lots of things to laugh about. There's lots of things
Yes.
to cry about. There is just all the feels going on in Even After This. Be sure to get you a copy. Leave Deborah Clack a review as well. And tell a friend to, even if they missed the show today, they go back and watch the replay as well, because Deborah indeed spilled some tea. That's our show on today. And as we always say, have an amazing day, because we're having an amazing day. And until next time, we will see you guys later. Be sure to get a copy of Even After